Fluffy. How are you? Hey, Natasca. Wait, this thing, it bothers me on my skin. It's doing better. It's doing better. I had a few days ago. I had a bit of a sensation that it was something that it was like itching. Also, like a bit of numbness in my arm, in my upper arm, and a bit on here. But then it eventually faded away. So yeah, I'm practically like I'm so much better. I don't have that issue anymore, but I did notice it. So I don't know. I'm also in my period, so I don't know if it sort of affected my bloodstream or something like that. Probably. So I don't know, but I'm okay. Like, thank God I didn't have like, you know, like I didn't have any symptoms like fever or I felt bad, but I just had this weird feeling in my arm, like it was something that it only happened in here. I felt my arm also a bit swollen, but it wasn't like, like I had. It was uncomfortable more than saying like it hurt. It was a very uncomfortable feeling, like it wouldn't go away. Like it would be there. To remind me that it's like so annoying. It's like bugging because it's like constant in there. So it annoys you more than anything. But yeah, my first time having this issue, guys, until today, I have no idea what is it. Probably it was a tick, like you guys had said. Because I haven't seen any kind of spider, so maybe it was a tick, maybe it was a kind of bug that I have no idea what it was. But yeah, that it left something on my arm, definitely. Oh my God! Like, can we have, a week of just peace, just peace? We cannot. I mean, the K-pop scene doesn't have it. We cannot as humans as well. Yeah, when you described the wound, it reminded me right away of a tick. Yeah, I also did a search about it, and yeah, I think that the symptoms, feeling a bit unwell in your arm, yeah, feeling a bit of tickleness, a weird feeling in your arm, sort of like. It's not that I felt like I had fever, but it was just very uncomfortable. It was like so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if it affected my veins. I don't know. But the wound is doing better. I changed of cream, of the cream that I had prescribed. I changed it because I finished it. I used it all. That cream that they gave me, it was like, when you get those creams that the packaging, the tube it fills with air and there's not much content inside. So I finished it very fast, and I had to buy another one. And at the pharmacy, they recommended me another one. That also it was for when you have like reactions, rashes, or any kind of allergies. So yeah, and also that my skin is so sensitive. So whatever it happened in my arm, it definitely felt like a huge invasion to my skin, because I have a very and also in this part I have this, I don't know how you call it, guys, in English, but it's like a small red dots in your skin that it feels like, it looks like it's acne, but it's only this side of the arm. And also some people have it in their backs, but I only have it in my upper arm. and it makes the skin very like, it has like small bumps. I want to say osteoporosis, but it's not osteoporosis, but it sounds like this. It sounds like keratosis. Is this keratosis pilatis? Something like that. Maybe I'm saying something wrong, but it sounds like that. It's a condition of the skin. Like eczema, but is different. Yeah, it's like, I believe it's called, I don't know how it's called, because I believe that keratosis is the one with you when you have a stitching scalp. Hey Samara, hey, did I say hi, Nataska? I believe I did say hi. Yeah, everyone is having a hard time with things. Never a dull moment, but I'm glad you're doing better. Yeah. Do you know the name, Samara? The name of the condition of your skin when you have like a little red dots and it's only this part of the arm? That is, it's not a rash. It's like a small dots. Like, I cannot show it to you guys because I cannot. No, I cannot shuffle my arm. I want to show you how I got, I don't know if I can, how the part that it bit me, how I don't know if you can see it, guys. This is where it bit me. I don't know if you can see that I have the mark here, and it's a bit reddish still. See, if you compare to the rest of my skin, it definitely notices. Now it's better. It was actually purple. But I have a condition. I was mentioning about it. See, I have these like reddish things in my arms that usually is only this part. I don't know how to say it, but it's a condition that usually dermatologists talk about it all the time. They give you a specific cream. Yeah, it feels like I'm I'm putting my clothes off. Yeah. Now it's better. Actually, it's pink. Like it was worst. It was purple. That's why I thought that I had a bruise. It's not psoriasis, you say? No, it's not psoriasis. No. Actually, people that have lupus, they do have psoriasis. I mean, they do have the condition in the skin. I remember my ex, like one of my father-in-laws, my former father-in-laws, he had lupus and he had psoriasis, but he had it like on this part of the face. This is why lupus is also called the butterfly, sort of the butterfly disease, because some people, they show, there's two kinds of lupus. There's a lupus that is more like it shows in your skin. Usually it leaves like rashes over here that it looks like the wings of a butterfly. And then you have, like in my case, I don't know if Selena Gomez has the same, I believe she has the same that I do, that is called lupus, is a sort of systemic lupus that is more has to do, it's not so much about the way you look outside, it's actually a bit more like dangerous because it has to do with your inner system, like with your organs. So since it's systematic, once you have an issue in one of your organs, it inevitably, it just affects the other and the other and the other and the other. Oh my. No, it's not dermatitis. Can someone block it, please? Because if I touch something, I'm afraid I'm going to block someone else. Thank you. Um, Wait, see if I can. Actually, like I spent, like I know a lot of people know about this now, but I spent all my teenage years like having this issue. It's like when you have like it started when I was a teenager, and it's like you have acne, you know, a concentration of acne because it's like a small like bumps, and it hurts, you know, it to the touch it hurts. So it's like a small bumps, and it makes the dead area looks reddish. It makes the skin uneven. You know, definitely it's not. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I used to scratch it, like, you know, use to scrub or use like a sponge, and I would scratch it, and I would put a lot of lotion on it, and it doesn't go away because actually, like, it needs a specific treatment, and you have to wash with a specific you know, kind of soap, and then you have to use a specific kind of like cream as well. So, and now, you know, after I became I remember I worked a few years in the beauty business, so I was in the place in the part of skincare. So because I was selling a few creams, like I got to know a lot of cool people from, you know, different laboratories, and they took a look at me and they were like, oh, that's a thing that is called, you know, dermatologists, they know what it's called. Actually, I thought it was just me, or I thought that my whole life I thought that it was just, I don't know, a condition of my skin that is so sensitive. Like I had, like I sort of get why I'm a double Capricorn, because with my skin, the type of skin that I have, I've never been lucky with my skin. Like something bites me, and I swear it just like it creates a lot of rash. I usually have a lot of very dry skin at the same time. So I remember when I was younger, that when I was 4 or 5, that I would, you know, I would, like someone would bite me, or I would have like a scratch in my legs, and I would scratch myself until I would make myself bleed. And I remember my mom was so furious with me. She was like, don't scratch yourself, don't scratch yourself. But it's not like I would intentionally scratch and hurt myself, you know, it's because my skin was so sensitive that I could scratch a little and I would start bleeding. Like, I swear, guys, I'm a very faithful Saturn daughter because I have so many issues with my skin. So yeah, it doesn't protect me. Like people usually they have thick skin and it protects you. Yeah, keratosis pilaris, I believe it is. Ca- how is it? Keratosis. Yes, that's the one. Yes, keratosis pilaris. Hey, Jadam. Yeah, that's the one I have. Keratosis pilaris. I have it here on my arm. And nowadays, you know, there's a lot of awareness about that. But I remember when I used to have it, like I swear I would use like, you know, like tank tops, you know, and those tops with very thin, you know, thin sort of like these tiny things, you know, and I would always get embarrassed because I would have these marks on my arms, you know. Eventually I just, you know, I forgot about them and I would wear them like this. But you know, nowadays people know what is it about. There's much more awareness about how to take care properly of the skin, you know, that you cannot just put any cream, you know, because that's the thing. I also, you have to be very mindful about what kind of what kind of cream you put in your body. If it's too scented, if it's if it has too many perfume, too many alcohol, you cannot use it. You know. Hey, Akira. I think it could also be your Scorpio moon. In Vedic, the Naksakra, it's known to have sensitive skin. My father has the same moon as Jung. He has skin issues as well. Oh yeah, I believe probably, probably Fluffy. Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, that's very interesting. I never thought that it was the moon, actually, but yeah. It makes sense also. So, I think that this is why sometimes I'm like, when people talk about Scorpio placements and they talk about like, that Scorpio is so magnetic and that Scorpio is so like attractive and sexual and everything, I always been very careful like about my image. Because like I always had issues in my skin. Then I got lupus, so I had a lot of fluctuation of weight. I am my hair also. I had like problems like getting to know my hair. And it just getting comfortable with my body, with my image, and I think that I noticed that there's people that are just born beautiful, they're just born beautiful. For me, I think that it takes a lot of care for me, to take care of my body, my skin. Like it's not that simple, I notice there's people that they just wear whatever and they are just beautiful, for me, because of also all the medicines that I had to take because of lupus. I also have stretch marks. Like I had stretch marks at 14, guys. Like no one ever told me what it was. Like I also am traumatized by stretch marks. Like I have huge stretch marks. That no one told me about back then. Like the doctors, the people that prescribed to me the medicines, like the pills to do the lupus treatment, they never said, oh, you need to take care of your skin, because you're going to start to break. Your skin is going to start to break. And I remember showing it to my mom, and I was so traumatized because I never seen and also like it was so weird the way it would show up, because it was like also like it was something that it was um um like I would scratch myself because it was itchy. So it's like my whole body always has been against me, but yeah. I just admire so much people that have beautiful skin, they don't have any issue. Um, they just have perfect hair, they just go out in the world like this. For me, it's a whole process. And definitely another thing. For you to be beautiful, also you have to spend a lot of money, because when you have like certain things on your skin and you have to take care of your image and you have to prevent certain things, those cost money. Because for me, for example, if I had take a shower, it cannot be with just any shower, like any shampoo or any kind of soap. It has to be a neutral one, the one that doesn't have odor, the one that is, you know, for allergic people. so, and those are expensive. Sometimes I look at people, buying just some random brand from the supermarket, and I'm like, oh, I wish that could be me. Oh, thank you, Fluffy. Yes, yes, yeah, I know, yeah, I know. I know that it's much more than, and I know that there's also like, also I think that if we think about the Scorpio placements and also Capricorn placement, because I believe that Scorpio and Capricorn are both very similar when it comes to the harshness of their features. You know, also Capricorn, like we are not the most beautiful people. Like we have very strong features, and and Scorpio also has very strong features. You know, they have their noses also are very very like straight. You know, they usually don't like the way they look. You know, so. Honestly, I think that maybe the thing that I could be like, okay, this is what makes me attractive, I would say is my Venus and Mars in Pisces. Those are the placements that I would say that give me a much more like ethereal kind of image. Actually, I remember when I was on elementary school, one of the most beautiful girls in my school she was a Pisces. She was a Pisces girl, and she was so beautiful like an angel. Then a few years later, I sort of ran into her, like I saw her like when we were both in our 20s, and she looked totally different. Like she wasn't like, because when we were younger, she was very much like baby faced, you know, very beautiful. And she was blonde, you know, just beautiful in general, very angelic. But then, you know, I saw her when we were in our 20s, and I don't know what happened to her life or what, but like her whole physical appearance changed, and she looked like much more like, her features more sharp, she was skinnier, so, you know, so not so beautiful. She was much more like, she was starting to look like her mom. That her mom also was someone that had like her mom was also very skinny, but she also was like, you know, when women are so skinny in the face that they just have these very sharp features that it just sometimes makes them look older. So I was like, oh, really? This is the same person? Like she was so beautiful when she was a child, and then she turned into something else, you know. So yeah. I mean, Capricorns, let's not take Capricorns from the industry, because Capricorns with money, like Capricorns that have people that dress them and also like pay a lot of, not surgery, I'm not going to say surgery. Because I believe that we Capricorn, we don't need to do the V shape because we have it. Like, we don't need to have it. Even for me, guys, that I have a lot of extra pounds that I'm actually like, because of, you know, thyroid and everything, I am heavier. Like I have a lot of extra pounds on myself, extra kilos on my body. Even my face is rounded, but it like it's not that rounded. Like it could be rounder. But I think that I don't know, the famous Capricorn people, I don't know, I never like the Capricorn actors or actresses, or just, I don't know, I just find them like, it's like, yeah, they're very masculine and everything, but I don't know, maybe they're not my type. I like beautiful, maybe a bit feminine kind of face. Yeah, Pisces are Sagittarius. I don't know. For me, the Capricorn women that I met, they are, I would say, they are very stylish. Like they definitely like have something that is beautiful about them. They seem very confident, um, and also they have a simplicity in their look. You know, they don't. they probably wear the same color, like, and everything looks great on them without putting much effort. But their face is not like I would say it's beautiful. I would say it's organized. Like, it's not that it's ugly, but it's, for me it's like average. Like I don't know. Like there's nothing distinctive. A structure. Mm-hmm. A structure, exactly. Like Gong Li, a Chinese actress, she's one of the beautiful. Oh, I have to look for her. I don't know. Maybe I know her and I don't. Gong Li. Maybe I. Yeah, I think that the water placements definitely soften a bit the person, because for me, since I have a lot of earth, like I'm a double cup, and I have like a strong Scorpio placement as well, and nevertheless, behind having all those heavy energy, I believe I am on the brighter side. I also don't like to wear dark colors. Everyone is like, oh, you should dress like you're rising. That everyone is talking right now that you should dress like you're rising. You should dress like your Venus, to be successful, whatever. And I'm like, I only wore black at work, because at work it was a requirement to wear black. I don't like the way I look in black. And also, energetically, I feel so repressed when I'm wearing black. Like, honestly, like I'm learning to integrate a few colors in my closet, because I'm usually like, this is very Capricorn. I'm very like, I love beige. I love beige, white, camel kind of colors, not brown, no, but those soft beige kind of colors, green colors, I love those. And I feel energized when I'm wearing a bright color on myself. When I'm wearing black, I feel like, I don't know why, I think that it sort of makes me feel like I'm going to a funeral, and it drains my energy. It drains my energy. I don't know. I think that there must be something between me and that color that I'm like, everyone is like, oh, you look great in it. Yeah, but for me, it's like, it's like I'm in a cage every time. I think that for you to be protected, maybe, yeah, wearing black is the best. When you deal with a lot of people, also, wear black. But if I had to choose it to buy it and put it in my closet and then use it, I would be like, no, black wouldn't be an option for me. And I don't like that Capricorn is associated with black. It's like, I know. Yeah, I know what. Yeah, the memoir of a geisha. Yes, she was the villain. I know who she is. Yeah, she had been in a lot of. She very tall woman, very tall, beautiful. Yes, she always has been. She has a villain kind of face. Yeah. But Pisces is beautiful. My godmother she is a Pisces, and like she is like very close to her 60s, and she looks like a fairy. I love her so much. She's so beautiful. Pisces women are beautiful. Like they have that, and when they look at you, it's like you feel like a spiritual being is looking at you. They're so beautiful. Yes, you have Sun and Jupiter on your Sun. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Hey, Marushka. Has black. My cup cousin has black and white this interior. It's just that it looks. I understand why people go for the black and white, because it looks fancier. Honestly, it looks very minimalistic. It's like you don't have to do much. You know, you are ready. Like every time, this is why I don't like to wear maybe too much white or too much black, because it feels like a uniform. For me, it feels like a uniform because I wear them as uniforms maybe for a long time. Um, it's like I feel like I'm wearing a uniform. But if you want to go safe, those are the colors. And also, you don't waste too much energy on the looks. You know, it's like you wear them and you look great. You look put together. But I remember a friend of mine that she was an astrologer. She was into astrology. I remember she saw my Jupiter in the first house, and she was like, when you have your house, if you don't have it already, she was like, you're going to decorate your house with very distinctive colors, and your house is going to look very different from other people's houses. And it's true, because my house is full of you know, I have very bright colors. I have the wheel of the zodiac. I have a lot of orange and red in my house, especially in the kitchen area. I have it a lot. When I'm going to sort of decorate, you know, the room upstairs so I can use it to go to the live streams, I plan on painting one of the walls. I want to paint it in green. And I'm going to try to keep it, yeah, warm, but also very, like a very dark green, so it doesn't bother your eyes, guys. When you're looking at me, it's like you have the also the lights, and you have me, and you're not like, oh my God, what is going on behind? But you know that we haven't actually like, we haven't like, I haven't been doing lives for that long, but I've changed the background a lot of times. So this is how I am. This is not very Capricorn. I think that a Capricorn would probably just use a blank wall to record, and that's it. My Pisces friend, the one I told you got her identity stolen, she looks a lot like her mom now, and she's always been so beautiful. Oh, yeah, she was in Mulan too, but I see her in many Chinese movies. She's also good. Yeah, I remember a movie. I remember a movie of hers where I don't remember, but I remember I loved the visuals of that movie, where is it possible that she was married to the emperor slash king? I believe it's an emperor because it's Chinese. But she was in love, or she was seducing the emperor's son? Or was it her own son as well? I don't know. It was a very weird movie. But she was like, I believe she was the stepmother. I don't think it was her own son, but I don't know. You know, in everything that happened in this castle, in in where the emperor, of course, the emperor was an old man, and you know, the heir was a younger, handsome guy. And I think that she was then, yeah, it doesn't end very well, but but I believe it was like a history sort of drama movie. Curse of the Golden Flower. I think that's it. Yes. Pisces and no are emos. That's maybe why I give me Pisces vibes. I'm not emo. No, Pisces are so like are so Pisces are so welcoming. Like they're so like, yeah, but they do have their moments. You know, I think that probably it must be tough to be a Pisces, because when you are all the time like generous and you're always like there for others, you know, and sometimes people are just mean. You know, people just take. So I see sometimes Pisces people, they sort of sometimes they need to destroy a bit, you know, their lives, and sort of like isolate themselves and not being that available for others, because they sometimes they get betrayed a lot. They, especially females, like female Pisces, like they get betrayed a lot because they're so nice, so nice. That's a movie. I still remember it too. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know. I remember I watched it on cable. Like I think it was on cable. Like it was on TV. Ah, Emos in Style. Ah. I had my first black dress at 37. I punished me buying black clothes. Yes, my mother is a Pisces. Everyone comes to her and talk about her issues. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know. I think that people just, and also I think that there's people that they take advantage of Pisces, but they don't know that Pisces is very close to Aries. So there's some Pisces people that they have a strong Aries placement. So don't mess with them. You know, like Rihanna, for example. It's like they can be like, yeah, I'm a sun in Pisces, but watch out if they have like Aries placements because they are going to get at you. Mm. Just that I believe that also for Pisces it takes a while for them to also find out who they really are. You know, they are like this sponge that they absorb everyone's moods and everyone's character sometimes, you know, and it's like, okay, in the end, who am I? You know, who am I? Like, I empty myself, I empty the vessel of my energy to sort of let the other ones in, to connect with others, but once they're out, who am I? You know, without the influence of these people. And having a Gemini moon, sometimes I feel I'm more open than I should. I should shut up and be mysterious. Don't worry, I have I have a moon in Scorpio, and sometimes I also like I open, and not so much anymore. But when I was younger, I would be like I would sort of be living like the Sagittarius. This way for so long, I thought I was a Sagittarius rising. I swear I thought I was a Sagittarius rising because I would say the wildest things. I swear I would say, and they would come out like I don't know, maybe because I was raised by an Aries father, so sometimes I just went out to the world and I would just tell things the way that I see them. But then eventually I learned to read the room and being like, oh, you know, you shouldn't say that. This is not appropriate. But you know, thank God for my Capricorn placements because they sort of like taught me to regulate myself, you know, because you know, I just say what's on my mind and then I'm like, oh my, I shouldn't have said that. Or, you know, and I think that this is not about like, you know, being mean to someone by expressing an opinion. I think that probably I would say out loud things that probably everyone is thinking, but in a certain environment, it's like you're not supposed to say it. You know, maybe when you are in a privacy with others, people that you trust, probably, you can say those things out loud. But maybe in a very formal place, you cannot, you know, because, you know, it's not the moment, it's not the time, you know. And for me, it's like you would ask me right away, like, what do you think about this? And I would be like, oh, yeah, I think that this is cool, this is not cool. And actually, like, it's not that I would regret my opinion. I would feel like it wasn't the right moment and place. And I would get embarrassed right away because I would be like, oh no, like it was something that like I wouldn't have an issue. You know, like when you don't have to reflect that much to say what you think, you just, it's like instant answer, you know. But probably it has to do that when you are young, you have an eagerness or probably a need to be listened to be heard, you know, especially when you enter the real world and you enter like, you know, work, place, relationships, and you don't know nothing about like, oh, okay, I have to be strategic here, you know, I cannot say what's on my mind. You know, you sort of show yourself and you're like, okay, I hope they like me anyways. It's like when you go from going to school to a work environment, and it's like you think that it's the same, but then you realize that no, it's not the same. You know, there's a lot of people that they ask you what you think about certain things, and they set a trap for you. You know, it's like, oh, she said this. Oh, I cannot believe she said this. You know, so yeah, you have to learn the hard way about that. The actress was so beautiful. The story was compelling. Couldn't stop watching it. Yeah, yeah. Don't push a Pisces. Exactly. Don't push. I would never push a Pisces. Also, I think that it would give me. It would. I think that people shouldn't be like, you know, harsh on Pisces. I think that being a Pisces is a tough work. You know, they do the work for us. They sort of bear what some of us we cannot bear, or they accept, you know, parts of life and people that maybe we haven't get to that part of being there accepting, you know. So they are very wise. Am I with the wrong Pisces? He talks all the time about himself. Yeah, I've seen that we have influence of the signs that raised us, even if they are not on our chart. You can tell I was raised by fire. I feel like that exactly. Fire influence leaves us alone. Yeah, probably. I think that it has to do, you know, and you just then develop, you know, like, but with people you never know. This is what I can say about, you know, having to deal with a lot of people. This is why when they before the pandemic, when they gave me the job of being they wanted me to have a manager position, I was like, you know, I will train these people, I will tell them what to do, but I don't want, like, you know, I don't want a leader's position. First of all, because I'm busy, like I'm also doing my part, like I'm worried about my own performance, and I don't want to guide anyone. Like I can instruct them and I can, like, you know, teach them, train them, but don't ask me to be the boss of these people, because I think that in the corporation world, in the business world, like nothing is like free thinking. It's not that because you are in a leadership position, you can get to do things the way you want to and in your own style. It's like you have to follow what the company tells you. You are working for them. You're not working for the benefit of the employees. So when you're someone, like, for example, in my case, that I am such a people's person, like I love working with people. Like if you ask me to become their enemy, you know, just so I can be in power, like I cannot do that. You know, I cannot transform my influence and my leadership into this, you know, into selling people out, you know. I cannot do it. I know there's people that can do it, that they, you know, they are eager to be like in power positions, you know, so they can, you know, get people fired and they can, you know, like pull some strings here and there. For me, it felt very much against my own values. And so this is why I decided to build my own, like my own practice, you know, to work. You know, I studied for so many years to be a counselor. Like I never actually, like, because I had another business and other jobs, I never took it seriously. Like I wouldn't like work from it. I wouldn't use it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to use it, because this corporation world, it's not, it's not for the people that are empathic. It's like they want you to be empathic, but just so they can be like, oh, we are such a nice company and we care for our employees and we care. And no, they don't care. This is why sometimes when, if we talk about like what is going on with these girls, with New Jeans, with this woman, with Mihi Jean, with the hype people, honestly, I think that people just forget, and I don't know, maybe because we have been dealing with SM issues for so many months now. It had been the talk of the town, SM, the former CEO with the new CEO and the other CEO, like, and then hype in the middle, I think that sometimes people, I understand that you get very attached to the image of idols, and that some idols are very young and you're worried about them. But honestly, it's not different from what goes on in the work environment of a lot of people. Like a lot of like companies betraying each other, employees betraying each other, like a lot of people like making, deals, firing people, and also like hiring their own families, and just not caring for the employees' well-being. I think that it's not just like, I sometimes I'm like, this definitely is being watched from the perspective of very young people, because I'm not impressed, that these companies have these dramas. And actually, like, I wouldn't trust this drama that happens. Because people that come out on the internet and people that maybe translate those comments, and it's like, oh, someone said, an insider of this said, and the other insider said this, and the other one said this, but who are these people? Where did you get the information? But since it's on the internet, since it's on Twitter, and everyone keeps reposting it, retweeting it, and it's like a loop of more and more. They said, she said, they also said, the other one said. It's like, what is the truth? And the reality is that this is a business, and you will never know the truth. And even if, because this is the feeling that I get every time that these things happen, when I pull cards for them, is that I always say what I think, what I feel, what I'm reading it, but people just love to take like different sides, like, oh, this is the bad guy and this is the victim, and actually from what I read, both are guilty, both parties. So, I'm not going to go in that again, because I already read for that. I already read for New Jeans. I did a reading for them before the year ended, in December of 2023, where I got these very emotional cards that the whole reading is about me not trying to make sense of what I saw, because it wasn't like a very clear path for the girls for this year. It was like a lot of water, influence, kind of like a very emotional process, and for me, reading tarot, since tarot is so like, tarot is always like going to what's hidden, or what is like, what the part that you cannot see. I think that this is always tragedy. This is always tragedy, and then everyone with their own perceptions and comments and opinions, they make a single story feels huge. Like, it feels so dramatic, and then when I pull the cards, there's not drama at all. So I think that this is more about people just wanting to talk about this too. It's like, because I don't see a conclusion. The same happened with SM. When the CEO and the other CEO were fighting, I pulled cards also. And it was like, oh, he thinks like this, she thinks like this, oh, this one thinks like this. But then, at the end is like another week, another new announcement, another week. Yes, very black and white. Even when people watch movies or TV shows, they are team or this or that, even when it's presented in a nuanced way. I still don't get why people are so eager to defend CEOs. Not because you like a group, you have to be loyal to every worker near them. And it's like, I don't know why people feel so triggered. It's like, what did you expect? Like, everyone is like, oh, but I'm sure she wants to get her part. Yeah, I mean, they don't live of air. Like every person that creates something pretends to get paid or pretends to get their, it's like if I create something, I want to get paid. Like if I sell something that is my creation, it has my energy, I'm going to want to get paid for it. Like, I don't want other people to copy it and just like, I don't know about you guys, but I would get defensive as well. But I think that yeah, this is what happens when, because I saw a lot of Mercurial and a lot of swords. So definitely both parties are very much like, they're going to talk a lot. Or they're going to share information, or they're going to release information, or they're going to have other people talking about them. From both parties, I don't think they're going to shut up. But then the outcome is, there's no outcome. So why? Like, like, and people are like, oh, but what about the girls? What about the girls? The girls are fine. These are two people fighting for, I don't know, for um, how can I say this? Their own need to be right, or their own need to assert their dominion. That's it. But then getting the girls involved and getting like the other groups involved is like, what? I don't know. I think that this is why I was like, I was asking during the reading, is this woman a Leo? Because she gave me like a lot of like exaggerated vibes, and I was like, okay. I saw a post that said, raise your hand if she created you too. She's going to be like, no, I created this. The Sagittarius company then. Was Hive the Taurus company? Yeah. Hive is chilling. Not Hive, sorry. JYP. Or do you mean Hive? It's like this is about these people, these CEOs, these people in power, just being petty, guys. Just I'm like, didn't we had this conversation? People were complaining last week that, oh, K-pop is not the same anymore. People cannot sing, people cannot dance, and now this. Do you see how everything it changes, it turns into something else? It makes no sense. Like the audience is so bored that it's like they have to introduce new drama to keep people agitated, because I feel like we as an audience, we are so frustrated, as an audience. Even when they pull like I don't know, a dating rumor, dating someone is like, it's like we cannot even enjoy that. There's this bitter feeling of some people being happy and others being criticizing, and others be criticizing the one that criticize. So it's like, I think that we as a public, we are not satisfied with what's going on. So things happen and we get so, like, and they know this. They know this. This is why they bring the drama. Because if we would be okay, we wouldn't care. If we would be like satisfied with the music and everything that is going on, we wouldn't even care. We would be like, oh yeah, who? I don't care about these two. Yeah, JYP, I believe you mentioned has Taurus vibe. Yeah, I don't know, Fluffy. I don't know what, but I believe I mean, we could see it from their perspective. I don't remember JYP, but I think we talk about it. That I always said that they gave me Capricorn energy because they have a lot of Capricorn people, idols with a lot of strong Capricorn energy. But yeah, I believe we could. It was the Capricorn was what I got because very stubborn, but also like YG also gave me Capricorn vibes, Capricorn or Taurus vibes, but also very very old school. YG gives me more Capricorn vibes because it's so it's so slow, but it's stable. I don't know. They are still in there, even when all these people are fighting, you still have JYP and YG in the back, being like, oh, thank God this week is not me. And SM, they are like, thank God this week is not me. But SM is kind of involved as well, so I don't know, guys, I don't know. But I was reflecting on this because I was like, when I read from an energetic point of view, I was reflecting about this. Because I remember that from Minhee Jin part, she got, the magician, she got the fool card, she got this, the seven of wands, also defending herself. That I often, ever since I started reading also for female idols, the female idols also get the seven of wands, this sense of I have to defend myself in this environment. And from the part of hype, we have like a lot of we have this very strong King of Pentacles that is like, I'm so happy, I'm so stable in here, like I'm not moving, I don't care, you are the crazy person, like I am, I'm responsible, like I have the resources, I am, no one moves me from here. So I was thinking, because sometimes there's this, and this is not just to talk about this woman, because I know that this woman has a particular behavior and people has called her out because of this. But I was thinking about this, about, how she got the magician, she got the fool, the woman is not, ignorant. She has the potential. She is a creator. Whether people like what she creates or not, she is a creator. Like I said, she has been hired by someone, so, she's in there for a reason. But I think I go back to her energy and her defensiveness, and I'm like how funny it is that it's always the women that when they stand their ground and they want to defend what they think or consider that is theirs, that they are treated like crazy people. Because I think about the fool, and I think about this like, oh, no one is going to believe you or no one is going to be on your side because you are a crazy person. You act like a crazy person, and I'm stable in my castle. So I think that it also is very interesting, this battle with the feminine, with the feminine in the industry. And I was thinking, because I was thinking about, I know that the CEO of Hype is not Bumpy D. I know there is someone else, but, well, Bumpy D is being mentioned in there. And I was thinking about, when they started Big Hit and they had BTS, but before BTS, they had another girl group. And they also had issues with that girl group. So I wonder what is going on with Hype or with these people, with Bumpy D and Hype and these people and the female energy. What is going on with them? I don't know, maybe thinking from a perspective that if he had been faithful to his formula of just having boy groups, maybe he would, have prevented a few things. I don't know, this is the vibe that I'm getting. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know um, if you as a company, you can just be the house of having like male artists and that's it. Because I'm thinking about it because I'm like, there must be a conflict with the feminine energy because other companies have had like female groups. And even, yeah, they had their their things, they had their differences. Some girls also had, their complaints, and they also had, their complaints against certain companies. But I'm thinking like about Hive and the girl groups. Is there some kind of rejection to the female energy? Because it seems like when they are just starting and the groups already have issues. So, and it's always the girl groups. So I'm like, what is going on with the manage of the feminine? It seems like it's so unfortunate. I don't know how to say it. I found a post in Spanish about that, how people said it was very boring. And then we woke up with all of this. You should see it. Minhyjin represents a samurai, so they are right in the middle again too. Worse is that it always more, by other women, she's been called all these names. I don't know, I have heard that wanting to help female idols, especially when it comes to equal pay. Hey, Stray Kids, Pink Lover. Nitro idealized him for Chris. Not like I know that much about him, but you're... Yeah, because it's like I say it from an energetic point of view. I think that I wonder what's going on with the feminine in themselves, or when he selects them, what is going on. Because I remember with they had this group, I believe that group was called Glam, that they got into a scandal that they also, I believe they dragged a very famous actor as well into a controversy, 2 members, I believe. So, it seems like choosing, then they had the issue with Different, that actually Different wasn't from High, but there was like, oh, somehow High was involved, and people were always like associating like everything. Every time something happens with the girl group, it's like, oh, because High, So I wonder, it's not that there's like, I think that energetically there must be something, some incompatibility, something that needs to be fixed, before you, because they were doing so well with the boy groups. They were doing very well with the boy groups. It's like the guys, the boys, zero drama. The boys, like the guys, like from different groups, they never get into a scandal. Like there's no, like, but with girl groups, I usually I hear a lot, and I don't know if this is done intentional, that people maybe love to drag the girl groups in Hive in specific, but it seems like it's orientated to them, because I don't know, from other companies we also have other girl groups, and they are not even close. They like, it's just small issues here and there from specific members, but they move on, they advance, the girls keep working. Yeah, it's true. It's often high girl groups, Garam and Le Seraphim too. Funny thing, I was talking to someone about this, that they don't know how to manage girl groups or something. Like, yeah, it seems like it's with girl groups, you know. And then they got this woman delivered this group that, you know, the New Jeans is very loved. And then there's issue with her as well, you know. So even though the woman is not an angel, you know, we know she has her things, but you know, it's like, why is it always with the women? You know, and a few week ago it was with Le Seraphim, you know, with the members of Le Seraphim. Like, why? Like, what is it like? I don't know, because we know about all the girl groups, and they have, yeah, some girls, they have their issues, you know, but I don't know, and from Hive, I don't know if maybe it has to do that people are against Hive, in general, because they are a new company, so everything that they release. Because I don't get the same for the other guys from in Hypen, from TXT, you know, they are very chill people. So, you know, in my case, I wonder energetically, you know, I wonder from an energetic point of view if they need to sort of heal something, you know, change something so they can get along better with the feminine energy in the building, you know, like from my point, like this, I say from the perception and my intuition. That's what I was wondering, because I was like, usually, like, you know, there's not issues with the other boy groups, you know, so I wonder, like, what is going on, you know, like. I don't know, and also, you know, I because, you know, this is a new company, and obviously they can do better because they're just starting. But probably it also has to do not just because the company is very new, but also because they're used to managing guys. You know, you know, I think that it's very interesting, because if we think about BTS is a whole. BTS is Big Hit, of course. BTS is different, but I don't know. I feel it like as if you are a parent of an only child. You know, you have one children. You have one child. You know, let's say BTS is the only child. You know. And it's the firstborn. So, you know, there's something about the firstborns, you know, learning very well, adapting, sort of following the rules, you know, or sort of like maturing, you know, and learning. And it's like, okay, I done well with this child, you know, he's doing so well. And then you're like, I should get a second one, right? And then you have the second child, and of course, you know, the second child is always going to be compared to the first one, and it's like, it's not the good. But then you have the third child, and you're like, well, okay, with this one, you know, since the other ones are doing so well, this one, I can let them run free. But then, you know, those are all boys. And then you have your first daughter, or you have your first, like, female child, like you have your first. And I believe that the experience is very different. Like, if you are so used to managing for a very consistent moment, you know, this is why I think that, you know, there have been with BTS for a very long time. And then TXT came, and they're still going, you know, and hyping, and you know, but even the first soloist, this first, I don't remember the singer's name, but I know that he had been an artist of Big Hit at the same time. like before BTS, I believe. And he also a guy, so, it's like you have all these, you are used to the male energy. And then you introduce female energy, and it's totally different. So I wonder if that has something to do, with with learning to. And also, I believe I said this at some point. I believe I said this when I used to read for BTS, that there was a lack of female vision. Like in back then, we didn't have Hive. When I read for them. But I believe Hive was just starting. I was like, they should get more female there, more female, like, but thank God BTS didn't need it, because BTS is a group that has members that are a well-balanced, like, combination of, feminine energy and masculine energy. So they are very sensitive, they are very artistic, they are very, like, they are very emotional people, they are artists, they create. So, it's like when you have that child that is good at everything, that is like the holistic version of everything. They have the complexity, and they have the intelligence, and they have the practicality, But yeah, when you enter other people, it's different, So. Maybe hire more female staff could be a solution. RM also said he consulted with female producers and lyricists to review his lyrics. Yeah. I remember. I heard him said that. He was very much interested into getting a very fair view of the female perspective. Yes. And I think that's something that is so wise, because we live a different, like, but I think that it's not just, here we're talking about Hype, but probably it's not just Hype, probably it's South Korea in general, probably it's the companies in general. Like, I mean, guys, I'm not in South Korea, but here in Latin America, we also have, like, a lot of, we also see, nowadays we see more people in power positions, but it's not that common, it's not that common. Like, I had, like, a lot of meetings with male bosses just being stupid and just being ignorant, and because they are in positions of power, they think that they know it all. So we still have a long way to go, but yeah. To check if it was female friendly, yes. And also a lot of the people that also, like, the fans are also a lot of females. Not entirely, because I know there's men that are fans, but yes. Yeah, for BTS, at least in the past, they only had female makeup artists, and they had to be married to work with them. Yeah, remember, like, this is why I was like, I was thinking about it. I remember, I don't know if that's true or not, but that was like a huge, like, a statement back then. Like, oh no, they work with females, but the females have to be married. And so it's like, why? It's like, what is your perception of a married woman? That a married woman cannot cheat? Like, the married woman, like, is not desirable? Like, like, there's something in there. There's some, it's like, you need both energies. This is what I think. You need both energies to sort of like create a fair balance. And this that we are seeing between this woman, between Min Hee-jin. Let's imagine that Min Hee-jin would be someone other CEO. I don't know, maybe someone that doesn't have the scandals that Min Hee-jin has. But if it was like a more respectable CEO, like maybe they would be more on her side. They would be like, oh, look how Kai is treating women, or something like this. But since Min Hee-jin also has her things, she has her, also she's very smart, so. But we need to heal, we need to incorporate, because I think that the more time it passes, probably we sort of create a pattern of behavior where we are like, in the workplace, we get used to work. Because I don't know, with this idea of women are problems or women are problematic. Here we have it too, guys, and we have it too in companies. Like they always ask you if you're married, if you have children, how many and who they stay with. If you're planning on getting married and if you're planning of having children, they also ask you about that. So. But yeah, guys, let's not follow the. At least like I get this vibe of like I'm so fed up with the internet. I'm so tired. Like I'm so tired of like I'm quitting Twitter and not X because I'm tired. Like people just creating these tweets or these posts, and you've been like, who is this talking? Like this could be anyone, and they are like, oh, an insider says, or this one says, or the other one said, this was shared by Dispatch, and then Dispatch said, and like, since when Dispatch is believable? Like, so I'm like, like, no. Two people with influence fighting each other, and we've been like, oh my God, like who is the nice guy and who is the good guy in here? Like who is the victim? There's no victim. Both of them are guilty. Both of them are responsible. Like do not get into the mindset of like, oh, let's protect this person. They are rich. They don't need your protection. Oh, guys, last night I started watching Exuma, the movie. Oh, it's so good, guys. It's so good. It's so good. I finally found it with the Spanish subtitles. I don't know if the Spanish subtitles are accurate, but it's so good. You haven't heard about Exuma? It's not horror. It's more like mystery thriller, but it has some kind of a scary religious factors. I loved it. I didn't finish it yet, but I loved it. Like I waited for so long to find it because it's not available. It's not available. There's no like you cannot find it anywhere, and it was released on February, and we still are waiting from this part of the world. No, it's not. No, and it's not. Like I found it from a link from Telegram, but I don't know if it's in English. It's so good, guys. Like, it's really, like, I don't know, like, so far I have seen like in half an hour, and it's so like intriguing. It's so good. It's so good. The guy from The Glory is in it, stars in it. What was it, his name? The one that is dating the actress that did like the leader of the bullies. This guy is and also the girl from Goblin. She is the protagonist. She plays the role of a shaman. It's so good, guys. It's so like it's a bit like scary. Like it is so well done. Like Lee Do-hyun. Thank you, Fluffy. Yeah, Lee Do-hyun. Yeah, I have. I'm going to read for the actor Jaehyun. Then from Krystal. Then I have the friendship of NCT, Jaehyun and Doyoung. Then I have another actress, Kim Joo-hoon, and I heard that they are going to do Road to Kingdom. Oh my God, not Mnet again. I hope that they don't invite the boys, because I believe that the boys are so over, like Road to Kingdom. I don't know, maybe they will show up, I don't know. Whatever is good for them, I hope that. I just don't want them to get hurt or just get, injured. Like, if this too is stressful, I don't want the guys to go back. But yeah, if it helps them in some way, I guess it's work. But yeah, Road to Kingdom season 2. So I'm going to pull a few cards for that. And also I have XG, the group, the Japanese group that is based in Korea, I believe. XG for this year. Yeah. Really fluffy. I was like, no. But it's a good opportunity for the other groups, the other groups that are just starting. But I sort of am like, I can see the boys being in there. I don't know why. Like, not again. The boys probably wouldn't want to come back. Poor guys, not worth it. The poor guys, yeah, the stress. I remember with O Sole Mio, like the way this one, when I found my bias in Road in Kingdom, because I saw Sanyeon having that, that error with the thing that wouldn't light up, and I felt so sorry for him. Like, I felt when they show the backstage and how it happened, I felt the second-hand embarrassment. Like, I don't know, guys, but I don't know if you ever had like these sort of like errors or these interruptions or these, mistakes or malfunctions when you are in a very key and important moment. For example, if you're going to give a lecture or if you're going to present yourself somewhere with thousands of people, and then something happens and something goes wrong, and it happens to you. And I had it, and now I moved on. I laugh at those. But when you're like, why always me? Like, can it be someone else? like. And I wouldn't, like, if it happened to me, I wouldn't let it go. Like, it would be stuck in my mind. Like, I would obsess over it over and over, like 2 days, like 2 days, like a whole 2 days thinking about that mistake. That probably no one noticed, but I do. So, I felt so connected back then with my bias. I'm like, okay, that man over there is my bias. He's going to be my bias, because I felt so sorry for him. Oh, I'm glad, Akira. Thanks for your recommendation of this card. I pulled cards for myself. Yes, it's a very magical moment. So yeah, take the inspiration, guys. Inspire yourself. Inspire yourself. Yeah, Sanyo was like, I want to die. And Hanyo being brothers like that. I hadn't even noticed the mistake. I just felt like, oh my God. And I don't know, the more I look into it, like I know how it affected the whole presentation, because like the other guys also, they sort of like, it was a second, but they sort of also were a bit like, oh no, it didn't work. So even though they remain professional, but I don't know, it just, something changed. They ended it beautifully. Like it was a beautiful performance. I loved it. It was one of my favorite. But I was like, but actually this is something that I think that we should take into consideration every time we watch shows like this. That there's a lot of camera movement, and that the stage is not that big. So every time you see a transition with the camera, and you see them turning, and you know, and they have to turn with the camera, and they have to get behind the cameraman, and they have to jump between the cables, and between the lighting, and between the set, you know. So it's not that, it's so dangerous, you know. You know, a step in the wrong place, and you can like spoil the whole presentation. Like you can spoil the whole show, because it's like it seems like the studio is so small. It's so small, and it's like it happens in a small room. It's just that they go from you know, from frame to frame, and it's like, okay, now go, now it's your turn now, and you're waiting in the darkness, and you're waiting for your turn. So it must be so, like, the level of stress that those guys must be. The worst was Incheon high note. The one is so hard to watch because you can miss it. And then they had to practice forever for this stunt. Incheon, I remember that guy, SF9 member, when he missed the note. That one also, I felt a second-hand embarrassment. Literally, like I felt like I wanted to crawl in a hole and just like, don't look at me. I felt so bad for that guy. Like my empathic self just couldn't bear it. I cannot watch it again. Yeah, I cannot watch that performance. I cannot. And I know that Sangyeon and New were in there. I cannot watch it. I just feel so bad for the guy. I feel like I shouldn't watch it, because it's like sort of like watching his very and also the guy looks so sad. I remember that then I watched when 80s did their collaboration with 80s Magne Jungkook. He did this amazing performance with this B2B Sunghan. Was it Sunghan? I don't remember his name. Seungwan, the vocalist of B2B. And I'm like, what vocalist? Because all of them are vocalists, but this man is amazing. And then Stray Kids, Sumin. And they did this amazing performance, so beautiful and perfect. But then you will have these small clips of the guy's face, and he was so sad. He was so sad. He was so like blaming himself, and then he had the camera in here, in his face. So, oh no, no. I cannot rewatch that. I cannot. I just feel so bad. Like my empathic self cannot, like, I don't, like, I cannot forget. I still, like, now that you say it, I remember how it felt. It felt so real. Because also, if you, like, it was so understandable what happened. Of course, that if it happens to you, there's no way you're going to forget it. It's traumatic, I would say. But if you think about it, the stage, the flames, the heat in the stage, the flames and the smoke, Like, what singer can sing under those conditions? With the smoke and the whole, that mist, that awful mist that they throw in the air. Of course, you're going to joke with those. Like, oh no. Hey, Wei. Aside from the high note, I actually prefer the spark performance with Eunseong, New, and Sanyeon, even though Jungkook and others were amazing too. Talking about Kingdom, we were talking about Kingdom. Oh my! But yeah, like I think that they done the guys wrong with that setting, with that scenario. Definitely. Like I could joke myself, I'm not a singer, and I would even have problems, like even if I had to open my mouth to sing, like with that combination of the bad environment, like the smoke, the heat and the mist and the stupid mist. uh, I'm so angry. I'm so angry because poor guy, like he really had it, like poor guy. Like I just felt so bad for SF9 because they really they did very well. It's just that I don't know. I don't know. I think that it was challenging. It was challenging. My favorite episode is the camping day, the day that they had to play they had to play sports. That was my favorite. So I can be drooling for B2B Minhyuk in his perfect body and how athletic. I love athletic men. This is another thing that I have, that I love athletic men. Like I love a man that is good at sports. Maybe because I project, because I suck at sports. I cannot do anything. Like I'm not good at sports, but I love a winner. Like I love a competitive guy. I love the winner. Like if a guy is good at sports, it's like I feel like I don't know why, because I should be empathizing more and show empathy more to people that are not good at sports like me. But I don't know. I just love a winner. I love the guy that is a winner. Sports day, yeah. That. Hey Al. Camino. Yeah. Yeah, you should watch it, way. It just that, yeah, prepare. Yeah, Jungkook as well. Jungkook. I love it. I love Jungkook. But I think that Jungkook, there's something about JK not being that, like I know that he can play with the guys, and it just like show a smirk of satisfaction, like I done great. But I think that he should show a bit much more of cockiness, like yeah, I'm amazing. I think that he's a bit shy about it. He's not a guy he's not a show off. Even though yeah he loves the compliment, he's not a show off. But the other guys, me, Hugh, Mino, they are more outgoing. Yeah, give me the applauses. I'm the best. Look at my muscles. It's like I will take my shirt off and I will show how hard I work. Those are the ones that I like. The ones that are a bit annoying and and sort of showing off, but I love that more than the one that is good and it's like, oh no, no, it was nothing. Yeah, I got them all wrong, but yeah, it was nothing. The one that actually surprised me not the most, but surprised me, and I'm like, he's good, is 80s Won 80s Won. He was so good. He actually stood until the end in the competitions. And you see him like him being, he's not that tall, but the guy is very good at sports. Very good, Won. Very good. Like he was doing, like he was beating every step. He finished like one of the last. So. Yeah, Felix too. Jungkook is cute, hot and humble. For me, it's a deadly combo. Jungkook is amazing. I miss him so much. I miss him so much, And I know there's someone that the other day commented that I do appreciate the person that answered that person's comments, because I wasn't going to answer it. Because there was someone that commented like why I don't have BTS readings in my channel. Like the person noticed that I have of other groups and I don't have BTS. And I have and there was someone that I do appreciate it. She was very kind. She sort of answered. She was like why would she have it if BTS are in the army? BTS are like they are in the army. As a group, they're in sort of hiatus as a group. Individually, yeah, so yeah, like I have my BTS readings. Actually, the first readings in my channel are of BTS. And then I expanded to other groups, and I pretend to keep expanding on other groups, new groups, different groups, because I want to read for other people and give different artists their readings. Not just like focus on the main, the groups that everyone knows about, because I know there's a tons of readings on them, and so there's for everyone. But yeah, I don't read for BTS because BTS is in the military, and when there definitely this person didn't look in my channel because there's BTS readings, but. Sometimes you wouldn't suspect those pretty guys I saw to be so sporty, like Joshua from 17 to. Yeah, me too. Jungkook and BTS in general. Also EXO-K, I miss them a lot. Yeah, I miss them. Really, honestly, that we have been talking about them. We were like, okay, let them go already. Like, let them go. Like, we want them to go, please. So, because so people can stop, and stop harassing them a bit, let them rest, and I was like, oh, okay, like I am prepared mentally, and I was like, okay, I wish them the best, let's give them our best wishes, our best energy for them to do amazing. They're going to do amazing, but yeah, let's give them their space and time, But then I was like, oh, whenever I find clips of them or TikToks of them, I'm like, oh, I really miss them. It seems like it's not like there's no one like them, but I think that I just miss them. Like it feels like there's something that they bring, or a connection that you have with them that others don't have, that I don't have, that I'm trying to build with other groups, but it's not the same. But BTS, since they're all gone at the same time, you really feel the empty spot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but there are so many readings about BTS and so many BTS readers already. Yeah, this is why I was like, I don't know the person who commented this. I don't know. Maybe they are new. Maybe they just found my channel and they don't know much. But of course, that is not. It's not my intention to be like, oh, I'm not going. There are some people I don't read, definitely, but for BTS, of course, there's room for BTS. BTS is my first group, the first group that I stand, the first group that got me into K-pop. So I will forever be grateful to BTS. But at the same time, like you said, Marushka, there's tons of people talking about them that I feel like I feel like let's give them room. I already read for them when they were, active. I read for them. Every time something happened for some members or some, I read for them. I read for their birthdays. So, now is not the time. Now they are out of the picture. They are, serving their country. Let them rest. For me, it's the second group after EXO, but they are pretty special. I probably seen more BTS content than any other group, and their evolution is pretty special. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yes. That was what was going on, Mariska. I remember. Mm-hmm. We were so tired. Like everyone talking, when is BTS enlisting? If BTS is going to get a list, is BTS going to get the exemption? Why didn't they get the exemption? Why others have the exemption? Like we were so tired. We were like even the guys must have been tired. Like stop it. Like stop it. Like and also like there's this. I noticed that there's this hunger for people that I believe that they are cloud chasers, definitely, that they want to drag BTS like in the conversation, like for everything. There was a moment where everything that is related to BTS is like, oh, I will make content out of this. Oh, BTS this, BTS this, BTS this. And let's be honest, before the pandemic, no one knew who BTS was. Like I was, and like I became into BTS, like I found them in the fake love era in beginnings of February of 2018. So it's not like I'm not going to say like, oh, I know them ever since they were, no, from 2018. But yeah, I had been like watching them and I was so happy. Like actually their content was so beautiful. Like I loved them. But yes, this one I was like I think that there's something like happens with BTS popularity is that everyone keeps mentioning them, and the guys are away from this. So, it's like this is why in my channel I was like at first because the creation of my channel actually it happened because I was having a conversation with a group of armies that we were in a community a few years ago. And we were talking about astrology, and I was talking about the astrology of the guys, and I was pulling cards, and we were talking about it, and they were like, "Oh, why don't you do like like a YouTube channel and you talk about the guys?" And so initially it was intended for BTS, but then I believe I released like I don't know videos of all of them, and then I did an astrological series, and then and now what? I was reflecting, I was like, and now what? I don't know much about K-pop, and because of the BTS videos, there were people that they were like, can you read for this other group, for this other member? Can you do this? And that's when I had this turning point, like I had this option to expand, and not get stagnant on like, oh, okay, I'm going to get my views from talking about BTS. No, there's other groups. There's a lot of groups, a lot of groups. So my idea was to sort of like open up the options and not just stay with the people that also like there's a lot of readings for BTS. A lot of readings. Like I had watched some of those, and some are very accurate, and some are just. So I'm like, I don't want my content to get to get like sort of pile up with the other people talking about BTS. So I was like, why don't I expand my knowledge and educate myself about other groups in K-pop? And that's how I also became multi-fan. Because I started to get to know about these people, the fans also were very kind. They would be like, oh yeah, this is this guy, this is the other guy, this is this girl group, the other girl group, yeah. Mm. Yeah, you had to expand the channel has grown so much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I was like, I want to read for other groups. Yeah. We are currently obsessed with treasure. We are currently obsessed with treasure. Okay, guys, I'm going to start this because you know me. I keep talking, talking, talking. It's going to be next to 2 hours, and I just haven't pulled a card. Okay. I'm going to start with this actor, with Jung. Okay. For actor Jung for 2024. Oh, wow. Why every time I read for this guy, I have like, this guy is... I mean, he has the success at the end, but whatever he's going through is so like... And this is not the first time. Remember one time I pulled cards for him. Remember we were in a live stream, I believe 2 years ago, and I also I had to stop reading for him because he got a lot of major arcanas, and the major arcanas just creeped me out because it was like an accumulation of a lot of bad energy, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to say this out loud. Like I'm going to stop here. But yeah, it seems like he has a very heavy life. Like it seems like, I don't know if he deals with something, if he has some issues, personal issues. But the cards definitely here lets me know that his life is not very easy. We start with the Tower for Jung Hae-in. Then we start with the Five of Swords, not the Five of Swords, Five of Cups. Five of Swords in the middle, Six of Cups, and then the High Priestess. And from the Oracle, we have the card of the Page of Pentacles that says practicality. So yeah, I think that this guy is like, he loses a life. He loses a lot. Like it seems like he goes through from losing all the time. Like he loses something. It could be material, it could be sentimental, and then again, then he loses something else. And also starting with the Tower, like the guy has been going through a lot of moments of instability. A lot of things around him had changed. Also, I think that he probably worries a lot. Like with the Five of Swords in the middle, I think that the guy, and in this case, I think that is his mentality. Like there's something. I wonder if this is a condition of his. To probably being someone that worries a lot mentally. Because I feel like he's just troubled. It's like, I don't think that it has to do with like I'm losing financially, or I'm losing opportunities, or I'm losing I'm at my job or I'm losing in relationships. If people are interested in his love life, I don't see a love life. Like I see a lot of loneliness actually, and I see a lot of mysteriousness. So if you're asking about him and other people, I don't see it. I think that the guy has a lot of inner issues. Like he has issues with his own mind, with his own, the way he processes reality, or maybe, I don't know. I feel like sometimes he feels like a loser. He feels like he loses all the time. But honestly, I don't think that is. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I don't think that is about him just like, like something been happening to him that is like, okay, you had this argument with this person and this person did this to you, or these other people, this happened. I see that is something that is like an individual and personal experience of his. So I wonder if it's his mentality, if it's the way he views life, if it's the way, if he has been like battling with some kind of like worry or stress, or just like feeling like, okay, this is not the greatest time for me. Like I worry, like I feel like a loser, like I feel like I had been defeated, like life is not easy for me. So I'm actually very surprised because I I mean, I remember from his acting. I had watched some K dramas of his, and he actually looks like a very he does these roles where he's just very nice and he's just very optimistic, and also like a warrior. But I think that maybe him personally, he struggles a lot mentally. Maybe it has to do with him not being that confident in himself, or probably just worrying too much about everything. Because I feel like since I don't see people, I don't see someone causing this to him. I think that it's something that he deals on his own, and it's something that it has to do with his own perception. Him feeling like, okay, like this is not what I wanted. I feel, I wonder if he has like a sort of anxiety or some kind of, something, because he feels, it seems like he feels like he's not good enough, or that he has lost something, but this is something that he doesn't externalize, or he doesn't share it with others. It seems like it's something personal that goes inside his mind, and it's like in a scenario, a picture that he paints in his mind that is very different from the life that he lives. We also have the Six of Cups that it says, the keyword is satisfaction. So I think that slowly through the year, he's going to have a bit of satisfaction in his life. I believe he's going to probably do very well in his job. I also from this card from the other deck, I got the card of Page of Pentacles that it says practicality. So I think that probably the way he can sort of live a better life, or just like get rid of this negative thinking, or pessimistic thinking, is just to focus on work. This card, the Page of Pentacles is like, get back to work, be patient, work on yourself, start all over. The Page is also like, let's begin again, like let's practice again, like create new routines in your life. Like if you have to work on something new, prepare yourself, take your time, be patient. Also being busy. I think that probably there's not much going on in his life. I definitely think that he comes from he started the year, with maybe some news, or maybe something that shook his reality a bit. So he feels like, I don't know if he lost, an opportunity that he wanted. But I think that the guy is mentally, he's not that stable, and he worries so much. So the best way I would say to sort of defeat this mentality is for him to get back to work. And probably he's a guy that probably he focuses, every time he feels a bit unstable, he focuses a lot on work, just work, practice, and he definitely needs a lot of routine. Because I don't know why, it gives me that the guy is not very confident in himself, so it's very interesting because I didn't, I didn't get that vibe of him. And then the last card is the High Priestess. So I think that the guy is also very reserved. He probably just doesn't want, even though he can have a victory with some projects of his, he doesn't want, the flashing lights. He doesn't want the exposure. He wants to remain a mystery. There's something about him. Probably not telling people or not showing this part of him that he gets very worried or he gets very anxious. He doesn't want people to know, or he doesn't want to talk to people about it. He doesn't want people to concentrate on this aspect of himself because it's very personal. Like I said, this is an aspect of himself that the cards show me that actually, the guy is not like he's 100% satisfied with his life. He probably blames himself a lot or sabotages himself a lot. But yeah, he also got the Four of Cards, and the Four of Cards is the keyword is satiety. So I think that the guy definitely, he lives a very good life. The guy, he lives a very good life. He's actually very full in his life. He has a good life, but probably he's not that connected with his achievements. There's a part of him that he feels like he's disconnected, or he's worried, or he's, I think that maybe he needs someone to talk to, because I see him also being very secretive. So I don't see him like being like, ready to talk, to do something about this. I think that he just prefers to act like everything is cool and I will get back to work. But it's like he just is not that happy, and I don't see a lot of emotions at the same time. So I wonder, what's there about. Then someone asked me for his dynamic with Somin. Somin, I don't know who that is. I believe it's an actress. It could be a potential co-star of his, to see how they're going to, their dynamic, how it's going to be. I don't know this person, Somin. It says Somin, I don't know her, but hey Hope. Thank you, Hope. Bye, have a great day. Okay, him and this woman, Somin. Yeah, they're going to do well. I mean, both of them got 2 cards of Pentacles. So definitely they are very great at teamwork, very focused on work. He got the 2 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. So in her case, we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So definitely she is much more like a winner, I would say. Like there's something also very practical of hers, probably when it comes to dynamic with him. It's like, let's make this a hit. Like I don't know her, but it feels like she's very inspired and she's like, I want us to look good. I want our dynamic to be the best. She wants to win. She wants the prosperity. She wants the abundance. And she's also is like, so she's very ambitious. So she's like, let's make this, like if they have some scenes or if they are co-stars, I don't know the plot, but it's like, let's make this amazing. Let's give a 100% in this connection. She's also very career orientated. She wants the results. She wants to be the best. She's very competitive, very ambitious. So yeah, I see her like being like, let's create more great dynamic. In his case, with the 2 and the 7, definitely he's willing to sort of like, put the effort. But for him, I believe it's going to take a while for him to develop a sort of dynamic with her, because I think that he understands that there has to be a union, that there has to be a unity with the 2 of Pentacles. He's like, okay, yeah, I'm open, to build this connection with you. But also the Seven of Pentacles is like, you know, is going to be slow. It's going to be slow. She's going to have to be a bit more patient to him, because for him to get in that place of connection, it takes a while. He's a slow person, you know. It's not like he's going to act like you two are best friends from the day one. In her case, she's much more like she's like she's already in the mentality of the role. You know, she's already ready. You know, she's like, okay, I'm counting on you to be the best, and I'm going to do my best. You know, she has so much energy. She's so like she has so many like I don't know if maybe this is so important for her that her role is very important. So she's like, I want to be the best of the best with you, because this is about their chemistry. And they have the king of wands, that is innovation. So definitely they're going to bring a good chemistry if they work together. So yeah, I see them both shining together. Definitely very passionate, like a very good dynamic. Probably Jung Somin. Yes, Somin. They are going to be in a new drama together, apparently. Okay. I'm going to continue with Krystal Jung for her 2024. Another one that she got the Five of Swords in the middle. So another one that definitely for her this 2024 is challenging. It's challenging because she can win from some aspects, because she definitely is starting all over. There's a new opportunity for her, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of potential of you have to lose first, or you have to sort of adapt to instability a bit. For Krystal, we start with the Fool, the King of Swords, Five of Swords, Ten of Wands, and sorry, not Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords. No, Ten of Swords. I don't know why I thought that it was Wands. And Eight of Cups. And from the other tarot deck, I got the card of Nine of Pentacles, that says abundance. So yeah, I think that the abundance is available for her. Definitely she has the potential. She has, like, she will always go back to abundance. But I think that if this is like a new beginning for her with the Fool, and definitely with the King of Swords in here, I see someone new. Like, I don't know if it's the CEO, if this is someone that she is going to make businesses with, if this is someone new. This person is like, you know, is the sort of person that is making this change happen, this new beginning for her. But it could also be a partner, but I sort of see it like she's going through this year. 2024 is a year of a lot of, she's going to make a lot of moves or decisions that it has to do with sort of believing blindly in something that you have no idea what it's going to turn out into. I think that she's sort of taking her leap of faith, and it's like, okay, here we go. This is a new beginning for me. This is a new era for me. I'm sort of trusting this guy, this King of Swords. It's like he could be a CEO, he could be like a manager, and he could also be like a partner, like a romantic partner. He could also be. But I think that somehow it's like the cards are like, you know, prepare yourself for a bit of challenges, I would say. because she has the Five of Swords in the middle. So it could be real challenges, it could be real losses, or it could be that she actually is afraid of losing, or she already had lost. So she's like in this mindset of, I'm sort of used to losing, but what else can I do? I have to innovate. I have to risk it all. The Fool is like, I have to, sort of take my leap of faith, even if it's not going to be successful right away, but I have to try it. I have to do it. Yeah, I tried to clarify this King of Swords, and he also got another five. He got the Five of Pentacles. So I don't know why it seems like whoever she associated herself with, if this is like a CEO or a business partner, that this person also is not as stable. I would say like he also is someone that is known for losing, or he's not that like he's a king. Like definitely this person is famous, or is very well established in his company or in his businesses. He's very well known, but I think that he also tends to lose. It's like probably the guy is not that. Is like sort of she's like sort of like having this beginning with him, or betting on working with him to start all over. But I think that somehow she knows that she's going to lose at the beginning. I don't know if maybe the guy doesn't have the conditions, or there's something going on. But yeah, with the Ten of Swords, I think that yeah, I think that it's a mix, for Krystal, it's a mix of a lot of things. I think that she definitely, in her personal life, is also going through a period of a lot of desolation, or a lot of disappointment. So I think that she's also in a very special, also very pessimistic mindset of like, whatever if I lose. I'm sort of like, she's sort of preparing herself for this. It's like, okay, if things don't turn out like so great in the beginning, I don't care. I'm also not in the mood. So it's not that she's disconnected from her achievements. It's just that there's something about her, like, I'm sort of used to losing at the beginning. So I wonder if she went through something that sort of changed her mentality. And also with the Eight of Cups, instability. I don't know if she broke up with someone, with a partner, or if she had a fallout with very important people in her life. That she also emotionally, she feels very unstable. So this year is a year of like a lot of contradictions, and it's not going to be that easy. But I think that she also can have periods where she feels like everything is happening, like it's one bad news and after the other bad news and the other bad news and the other bad news. I think that it's not her most stable era, I would say. But from the old tarot, we got the Nine of Pentacles. That is abundance. So I think that honestly, like Krystal, at the end, she has the resources to stand up. She has the resources to, I don't know if she has people that she can ask help from, or she has, her parents or her family that can support her, or sort of, come to her rescue or her aid if she needs it. But definitely, Krystal, when it comes to resources, she's a very prosperous person. Like there's abundance for her. It's just that I think that this new beginning, and this a bit unexpected business decision that she's doing is an adventure. It's a way of her sort of wanting to. I think that it's a mix of like that she's not doing very well emotionally, also mentally. Think that she she's feeling a bit chaotic inside herself, so she's trying to introduce change or variety into her very routinary life. Because it seems like, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles, there's this sense of, you know, maybe people associate Krystal to a very abundant person, or someone that is rich, or someone that you know is a queen and she has all the opportunities and she's so glamorous and she's so successful and she's her own boss, you know, and she's this, and you know, this sort of very confident person. And the card thing here is like, you know, I'm very far away from this. I'm very far away from this. And also I think that there's something about her, you know, probably, you know, like I said, there's some issues with her personal connections at the same time. So I feel like she's like, it's not that she's torturing herself, but she's like, you know, if this doesn't work out, it's my fault. Like, I made the decision. I made this, like, I wanted this to happen. So I think that she's like, you know, I'm taking responsibility that I adventure myself to this, and if it doesn't work out, then, you know, I can ask for help and start all over. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to continue with NCT Jaehyun and Doyoung friendship. I know I did a lot of NCT members, but I think that this duo I didn't do before. NCT Jaehyun and Doyoung. Okay. From Jaehyun's part about Doyoung, we have 9 of Wands, 2 of Swords, and 2 of Pentacles. From Doyoung's side, we have the Hermit, 8 of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. Then from the connection, we have the King, also the King of Pentacles. So a lot of materialization, I would say. They definitely respect each other, but yeah, from a very practical point of view, you know, they have a lot of pentacles. There seems to be a lot of seriousness, you know, and professionalism, I would say. But the good thing is that they create a good dynamic and they create something together. So, yeah, from Jaehyun's side, I think that with the 9 of Wands and the 2, and these two twos, these two twos, the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles, I honestly, I think that there's something about Jaehyun being like, you know, he sort of has to prepare himself to interact with Doyoung, and there's this sense of like, maybe it has to do because they have been training together for so long. So the 9 of Wands is like, you know, we had sort of prepared ourselves to have this dynamic. And also with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, there's this duality, it's like I adapt. I think that he finds his connection with Doyoung that is, he doesn't have an issue with Doyoung. I think that there's this flexibility, it's like, okay, when you are in a bad mood, I try to be in a better mood. Or when I'm in a bad mood, you try to be in a better mood. There's this unity. Definitely the Two of Pentacles is like I adapt. And also the Two of Swords, I think that definitely it shows me how Jaehyun regulates himself when he is with Doyoung, because there's something like, I want to be at peace when I have to interact with Doyoung. So I don't know if he feels like usually like Doyoung is the more chaotic one, or he's someone that is very susceptible, so you have to sort of be ready to sort of adapt to him and not add more pressure. Definitely I see Jaehyun being much more flexible than Doyoung. I see Jaehyun being much more like, okay, yeah, how are you today? Are you okay? Or like how do we do this? Let's go. But he sort of it's like he prepares himself before an interaction with Doyoung, But definitely with the Nine of Wands, it's like we had been working together for so long that we know each other. It's like Jaehyun knows how to work with Doyoung. It's like I observe and I apply my tactic, accordingly. But there's unity. Definitely there's unity. But there's something about, I think that, because the Two of Swords in this card, it says peace. The keyword is peace. So, there's something about maybe Jaehyun, it's not that he sees Doyoung as being chaotic, but maybe Doyoung has another chaotic dynamics with other members. So he's like, not with me. He's like, I'm bringing the peace. I'm bringing the neutrality. Like, I'm not going to do that to you. Or my dynamic with you is not going to be like this. So, chill. Like, I'm just chill. Like, like I'm not going to start, a competition with you. Just chill, But yeah, it's very interesting because here the Nine of Wands, and from Doyoung's perspective, we have the Hermit, that is the major arcana number 9. So they get each other. They get each other. They sort of balance each other. I think that honestly, I love it because Doyoung sees Jaehyun as this queen of pentacles, and also he has the Eight of Pentacles. So he definitely he observes and acknowledges Jaehyun's very earth kind of like, he has this earthy kind of vibe. He has this very stable nature, this very nurturing kind of person, someone that is very abundant, someone that is very slow, someone that is so Taurian, so, and also someone that is very silent, he works on himself, he's very hardworking, but he's very silent, and I think that in his connection, definitely, I think that Doyoung sees like he sees the abundance of Jaehyun and the silence of Jaehyun, and he admires that of Jaehyun. Definitely he sees her like this Queen of Pentacles, this winner, this very, very abundant person, very confident, very, very well, very stable in himself. But also probably someone that for Doyoung is like, is really not that, is so hard to get to know Jaehyun. It's like, he's like, he's the hermit. Like, I try to initiate conversations, or I try to spark a debate. There's something about I don't know, Doyoung energy feels very anxious. It's like, okay, let's talk about this, or what do you think about this? And it's like his mentality is all very extreme. It's like, I don't know if it's because he's anxious, he's an anxious person. So it's like, either you like this or you don't like this. So what's your opinion? And maybe, from Jaehyun's side, he's a bit much more like on the quiet side, or he doesn't actually like engage that much in the conversation, or he's very much like, on his own self, because he's, definitely from what I see from Doyoung, he's telling me that Jaehyun is very busy. Definitely. Jaehyun is working on himself. So probably, the hermit is because the guy has to maintain a certain level of hermetism and a level of like, okay, I have to hush, or I don't have to talk about certain things, or I have to prepare for certain things. So, and also, Jaehyun got the card of preparation as well. So I think that the guy is so busy. Like, he's like, I don't have time to interact with Doyoung as much as I did in the past. So their connection is like, okay, it's very stable. When we see each other, we work, we have fun. But now the guy is so busy, and the guy is like focusing a lot on his stability and also on improving himself. And Doyoung observes that, and he's like, I cannot bother Jaehyun right now because he's busy. But he admires him so much. Because I believe he sees in Jaehyun a sort of stability that he doesn't have, or he doesn't believe that he has it himself. So he's a bit projecting a bit on Jaehyun, because definitely Jaehyun is a bit tired. So even though Jaehyun doesn't say anything, he doesn't complain, but he's like, if I don't talk that much, it's because I'm a bit exhausted. But yeah, then they have the King of Pentacles. So definitely their friendship is very stable. It's very stable. It's a friendship, and also the keyword of the King of Pentacles is conception. So these two guys are used to creating something together. They're used to, like, whatever they are together in a project or they are together in the group, they are like, we are here to make this grow. We are here to, to create this. We are here to, make this, sort of spread its potential. They are very serious and professional about it. So their relationship, even though it can sound like it's a business relationship, is also very stable. It's also very, it has its roots. It has its roots. It's already settled. It's already, very well established. So no one is moving them. Even for people can be like, oh, it's just work. But with their work, they had created a very well established dynamic. They know each other. So they don't interrupt each other's growth. They actually like blend in together, and it's like, okay, let's expand together. Because, maybe work for them is their identity. So for them it's serious. It's serious. But yeah, they're not the duo that is the most emotional one. No, I don't see emotions here. But definitely they see each other's hard work, and they have a huge respect for that. Jaehyun probably needs to have one more before he has... What? I love this dynamic, yeah. It's simple, but it works. It works. Yeah, he needs to chill out, definitely. He needs to chill. Because Doyoung is like, I love him because there's something about him that he's like, oh, that person is amazing. But he doesn't see it in him. He doesn't see, like, he's like, oh, the guy is hardworking. But you are hardworking too. Stop like putting attributes on other people, and you're also very hardworking. You are doing great. Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. I want to... poor guy. But he's anxious, definitely. He's so anxious, poor guy. Okay, I'm going to continue with this actress. This reading for 2024 for Kim Jung. I believe it's the actress of my demon. So yeah, I'm going to read for her. Kim Joo-young. The Five of Swords today is on fire. So these people feel like they lost a lot, or either there's something about the entertainment, like the Korean entertainment, that they feel like, like they are afraid of losing. Definitely, they are afraid, they are choosing, because the Five of Swords is on fire today. It's like they feel defeated and they haven't even started. Like what is going on? Oh, okay. She got the Nine of Cups twice, so I love it. I love it for her. Okay. Five of Swords. We start with the Five of Swords for Kim Joo-young. The Wheel of Fortune. The Nine of Cups in the middle, so it's good that she's feeling happy. The Ten of Pentacles and the Star. And then, yeah, from the other card of the other deck, I got the Three of Cups, Community. So definitely, does anyone know if this woman is going to be working on something new, a new project, a new K-drama or movie? Because I feel like she's very happy. She's so happy. Like, if she's not, like, she's very content with the decisions that she has been making. And I think that it has to do with her career or with herself. Because I don't see love here. I don't see a person. I don't see, like, a romantic interest. I think that it has more to do with achievements, with personal achievements. Definitely she comes from a fear of lose, because we have the Five of Swords. So I think that, I know she had this series, My Demon, last year or the beginning of this year, I don't remember. But, she's sort of like feeling a bit like she went through some kind of failure or loss. Maybe it's personal, maybe it's her own perception, maybe it's in her own personal life. With the Wheel of Fortune, I believe her energy is trying to advance. It's like if she felt sorry for herself at some point. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's like she's starting to renovate her energy, and she's like, okay, I have to get out of here. I have to get out of this fear, of this feeling of I'm not good enough, or I lost this opportunity, or I lost this. I think that, or did I do right? It's about her self-perception, I would say. Because the Wheel of Fortune is like, I don't know if she's getting a good feedback now, or she's going to get some kind of award or recognition that is also going to put her in a better mood about herself and her self-perception. She probably is in need of this sort of recognition. I believe she just needs it. There's something about her, like, I feel like she went through something last year or a few months ago where she actually, like, didn't have a good experience with something. I don't know what, but I feel like she was struggling mentally. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, the life happens, and she is starting to see, she's starting to connect with her self-esteem a bit more, and probably winning something is going to make her reconnect with her, with her self-esteem. It's like, okay, I deserve this. I done a good job. Okay, I'm good. Okay, like I'm getting out of this. I'm happy that I get the Wheel of Fortune here, because it's like if she ever doubted herself and her own talents, the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups is like, like the good times are coming, the recognition is coming. So I think that she's going to be very happy this year. And also I see that she's a very prosperous woman in general. We have the card of prosperity and we have the card of a star. So the girl is a star, and I don't want to say, like, is she a millionaire? Is she rich? Because I think that she definitely, like, there's nothing lacking in her life. She's very successful, and she's going to continue being successful and being recognized. So if she's worried about the people's perception, or if they're going to give her recognition, if they're going to acknowledge, I don't know, her core work, because the girl is a 10. honestly, the girl is a 10. I think that she sort of was born to be a 10, you know, a very successful person, but also she has a lot of charisma. She is a star. So I think that she's also going to stop, probably like she's going to finish the year connecting with this prosperity. So I think that probably she's going to receive something that is going to make her feel like, okay, all of this that I went through in the past is worthwhile. You know, it was worth it. It was worth it, definitely. But yeah, I think that she's very happy. And if she's going to work in something new, with a new project, with new people, I think that she's also going to be happier because she's going to meet her kind of people, or she's going to be working with people that she really likes or she really admires, or maybe some actors that she's like, wow, like these are like my idols, or these are the people that I admire so much, and I cannot believe that I'm part of this project. So a lot of happiness for her. And yeah, the Free of Cups community. So it's all about, you know, you're not alone. You have your community. You are not alone. You have your community. Like if you need something, or if you feel a bit insecure about yourself, go and talk to your people. Like, don't, if you doubt yourself, or if you feel uncomfortable in any situation, it's like, don't hold it inside yourself. Talk about it. Talk about it. Yeah, probably something happened. Something happened, and she's not talking about it. She's trying to sort of like deal with it and move on. But something happened to her, like some kind of disappointment. Something happened, and she. Um, okay. Okay, I'm going to put some cards for Road to Kingdom, how it's going to go. Let's see this prediction. Let's see how it goes. Road to Kingdom Season 2, or Kingdom, I don't know how it's going to be called, but let's see Season 2, how it's going to go. Okay, we start with the Four of Pentacles, Prince of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune in the middle, Queen of Swords, the Hangman, and the Wall card. So I think that I mean, they definitely are, like, they are putting their ideas in order. I think that they're trying to be more organized than in other years. They're trying to be more creative as well. They're trying to be much more empathic with what the audience maybe they are taking very seriously this time what the audience has said about the show. So it's like, okay, we need to, you know, sort of take some notes and try to avoid certain things. With the Wheel of Fortune, there's a possibility of, yeah, that the show can be very lucky in the sense that it it can sort of change a bit the discussion of what is going on with some groups. You know, I think that sort of the Wheel of Fortune is like, Kingdom can be sort of a lucky charm for some groups that get into the show, and sort of, you know, sort of make things more interesting for the entertainment in general. Definitely they feel the weight on their shoulders. It's like, okay, we have to entertain, because I believe that this is happening because they're trying to cover some scandals, or they're trying to, you sort of entertain people and help, because the Wheel of Fortune is like rolling, rolling, rolling. It's like, let's advance, let's not get stuck in here. Like, you know, tomorrow we're going to talk about this, and then, you know, we're going to have you talk about our show, and then the next week we are going to have you talk about another thing, and this happened in our show, so you have to talk about this. So, you know, it's like, we want to get you in a wheel, we want to get you going, we want to get your attention feeling like dynamic, you know, like, oh my God, this is going on. I think that it could be very, very interesting. I would say it could be very good. I think that they could hire an MC that could be a woman. Is it possible that it could be a woman? I see a woman in here. A woman. But also with this woman, I see the handman. So I wonder if this woman can sort of be like, you know, promoted. It's like, oh, this girl is going to be the MC, or is going to be the presenter, or whatever they call it over there. But then something happens to this woman. Remember that something like this happened to another TVSQ member, and then he didn't show in the other episodes. I think that probably there's something like this could happen to this woman. You know, it's like she could be very excited. You know, it's like for her also it's very important. This opportunity is very important, and you know, the handman is like, stop a bit. Something came up. So stop a bit. It's like, or I don't know. Maybe since she's a Queen of Swords, could it be that she could get into some problems because she says something about the show, and they decide to replace her because of something that she said? Because this woman is like, stop, you know. Or this could be someone that is like sort of like against the show being aired. So this making me, yeah, I mean, it could be Min Hee-jin. It could be, you know, maybe there are hype groups in here. And Min Hee-jin being like, no, I created this. And be like, stop. Because I think that there's something it's so interesting how they start very like organized. You know, the people already have their ideas. You know, they already have everything on paper. It's like, okay, we are going to do this. We're going to do this like this. You know, they already have it organized. You know, they have people that also are very, like, I think that they created certain things about, they changed certain things, or are changing certain things about the concept of they want to avoid certain things from past experiences. So they have people that are very intelligent, you know, people that are sort of like going with the flow of probably listening to more of the audience feedback. And they are already on the move. But I think that some interruptions can come up. Some interruptions can come up. You know, it's like, okay, let's see, who is this woman? Five of Cups. So could it be that this person is like, yeah, I actually initially I wanted to participate and now I don't? Because it's like, you know, when all this starts, it's like, oh, really? I actually, I think I have something else to do. I'm busy. Because it's about money, Ace of Pentacles. It's about money. Maybe they are not going to pay her very well, and she's like, But yeah, we have the World card, you know, the last card of the World card. So, you know, it sort of is very interesting how, you know, the wheel of fortune, everything is very rounded, you know, the wheel of fortune, the world. I think that probably, you know, the world is like, they will continue, but probably, you know, this is going to be the last one, because the world card is like, okay, I think that they want to take advantage of the international audiences. Definitely, the world card is like ascension, expansion, you know, it's like, okay, I want to see what's here and here and here, and let's reach to different audiences, or make it more worldwide, I would say. But yeah, it's going to have some interruptions. It's so interesting, because like, I wonder who this woman is, you know, and why is she involved in the conversation, like if they have everything like figured out what they want to do and how they're going to do it. But definitely they do it because they want to keep things moving in the entertainment business. But not include this. Let's not talk about Latin America. They say worldwide, and they don't include Latin America. Oh my God. Oh, it was so confusing. Okay. They are like, okay, it's now or never. It's our moment. They know they need to change. They know they are facing stagnation. They know it. They know they need to fresh the waters, because like they need fresh water, fresh concepts, because there's a period of thing. The audience is not happy. The audience is not entertained. Okay, I'm going to pull cards for XG, the girl group. Very well, very well, very well. Oh. These girls are going to release a collaboration with a very important guy or man. I see a man in here, very strong. For XG, for 2024, we start with the card of Judgment, the Four of Wands, King of Wands, Prince of Swords, and Three of Cups. And then from the other deck, I got the card of Two of Cups, partnership. So this is, I was like, there's a collaboration coming. There's a very important guy that is very interested in the girls. I think that it is very interesting, their evolution. I think that this that they are enjoying today, because we start with the Judgment and the Four of Wands. So I think that definitely the girls started their careers with a lot of judgment. There had been a lot of like talks about her, you know, positive talks, but also maybe from some parts of the industry, a lot of judgment about their potential. But I believe that with the Four of Wands, they sort of completed this very awkward stage of letting themselves be seen or either approved or disapproved by certain people, or maybe people having like these beliefs about them and being like, oh yeah, I don't know about these girls. Oh no, I don't know about their style. Oh no, I don't know about this. Oh, I don't trust this style. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, they look like this. Oh, they look like that other group. Oh, like, you know. So I think that they prove that they have the fire. There's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of innovation in this girl group. And definitely, I think that there's someone that is very interested in this girl's passion, in this girl's very passionate way of working and style. And he's like, you know, let's work together. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. Like, I want to like collaborate with you. Like, I want to either write songs for them or create something with them. But there's definitely, and the girls are also very quick to take this person's idea. It's like, okay, let's rehearsal, let's do this, let's put this into practice right now. Like the girls also, and the girls and probably the person that manages them, they're very action orientated. These are people that it's not like they wait to have someone's permission. It's like they go to work. They go to work. They are very, very, like very action orientated girl group. And also they have the Three of Cups. That is the card of joy, is the card of union, is the card of community. I think that the girls are going to be very happy in this 2024. I definitely see them like they are still a page, but thank God they are accompanied by someone that is bigger than them or more popular than them. So I think that they need this person's vision and innovation at the same time, because even though the girls have a lot of fire and a lot of willpower, probably they didn't have like the right connections, and now they're slowly like getting in contact with people that really want to invest in them. But they had to go through a very awkward phase of people judging them and just not really betting on them and be like, oh yeah, they are just like a girl group just like all the others. And no, the girls have a lot of potential. They are so smart and they have a great teamwork. They have a great teamwork, and they enjoy what they do. They enjoy the performances, being on stage. They have a great charisma. They definitely love what they do. And also the Two of Cups, partnerships. I think that they also have like a lot of chemistry. Probably they love each other very much. They support each other very much. So, and they are very, very, very popular. I would say that this year they're going to get a lot of deals to partner with other people. So it's going to be very successful. It's going to be very successful for them. Yeah, it's just that they had to start slow because they definitely were like under a lot of judgment at first. But they kept being optimistic. With the Four of Wands, there's this sense of like, you're not going to put my fire down. It's like, I don't care about, like, you can criticize me, you can criticize the group, we will continue working. So, okay, guys, let's get ready for Saturday that I'm going to read for these Asian people. Please don't forget to put your recommendations for different Asian artists, actors or actresses or singers or groups. I appreciate it. The more we have, the better. I have a few minutes now. I can pull some cards for them. It's been a while since I read for them. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. 2024. Okay. Very well for Oh My God. Does anyone know if they're working on a comeback? But I think that they're taking it slow, and I think that it's the best because we start with the Hierophant, then the Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and Princess of Fire, of Wands, that it would be like a Page of Wands. And we have the Star, Rejuvenation. So, very positive cards, but I think it is very interesting to sort of see how this level of satisfaction is achieved. Here, you know that usually the Hierophant, I call it the company card. You know, the Hierophant and the Four of Pentacles definitely lets me know that this company, you know, is a company that is maybe some people can be like, oh, you're a bit slow. You know, you're sort of like holding on to certain concepts, or you don't introduce change that much. But I think that the company, it has been slow on purpose, or they are reviewing what they want to release on purpose. So maybe, yes, the beginning of the year was a bit slow, you know, but I think that there's something about the company just wanting to keep the structure of the girls group or the girls' identity. You know, there's something about like, okay, let's clear the air, or let's, you know, put some order into the dynamic of the group, into what we want to achieve. You know, I think that they didn't want to release something just for releasing. You know, there's something with the Six of Cups in the middle that is like, okay, if they reach a level of satisfaction that I believe that they're very satisfied with what they're going to give the girls. But there's a lot of like possessiveness. You know, it's like I want to make sure that that this is going to be right for the girls, or this is going to be fitting for the girls. You know, I don't want to just throw something just because, you know, and it can sound a bit like the company is sort of like being a bit cheap, you know, that they are not releasing or doing that much with the girls. But I think that they were sort of saving resources, yes, but at the same time they were putting some order. So I don't know if maybe, I don't think there were some scandals or something like this, but it's like they needed to organize the group, or they needed the girls to, it's not about taking a break, but it's like, okay, let's organize ourselves. Like, you know, let's work, let's take it slow. No one is rushing us. We don't work in a rush. We work and we create. When what we create, it has to be satisfactory for us, not in a rush to satisfy others. So I think that this is a very interesting mindset. I definitely support this, because it's like, you know, let's keep ourselves organized. You know, let's prepare ourselves slowly. No one is rushing us. So yeah, I like it. Yeah, if there's going to be a comeback, it's going to be amazing. But also, I think that there's one of the members, the Queen of Pentacles, and this page, this page of Swords. There's one of the members that is going to shine. Of course, she's going to shine the most. Probably she's also going to go through a kind of transformation in her image, maybe, because she seems very stable and also very prosperous. So I think that there's a member that also, even though the group is going to do well as a group, there could be some, a specific member also being successful individually, and people praising her for her being much more courageous and for her to dare to transform themselves for a new role or a new gig or a new activity. So it's great. And also the star rejuvenation. See, if they took a time off or if they're taking things slow, is because they are like, okay, we don't want to be like, when there's some items that are massive produced and they are thrown to your faces, and it's like, no, we have the star quality. There's no need for us to go fast, after all the people trending and all the people doing challenges and being here and there and being overexposed everywhere. It's like, we don't do this. We shine on ourselves. So definitely also they needed a rejuvenation. I would say they needed a transformation for this year, because I feel like, I don't know about Oh My Girl, I remember them, but I don't know much. And maybe the company was a sort of bit worried about the girls sort of reaching a certain level of burnout, because I don't know, maybe they had a very successful year. In the prior years, maybe they were very successful, they were very talked about, they were very exposed out there. And there's something about, let's calm down, let's calm our energy, let's be more responsible, let's slow down, so definitely I see them that this strategy is going to be beneficial for them. It's going to be a great year. And they're going to shine, definitely. They're going to bring something new also. Lino versus the stylist. I can pull some cards for Lino versus the stylist. Yeah. Bye, Jay. Lino versus the stylist. Let's see how they feel about each other. I mean, they got the world card, so definitely they will advance in their connection. They will advance. Lino and the stylist will move on, will advance, will try new things, but yeah, it can go different ways. No one knows. Okay. From Lino's perspective about the stylist, we have the 9 of Swords. So definitely the guy was suffering. The 9 of Swords is like, his biggest fears, the card of despair. And he has the 10 of Pentacles. So definitely, if this guy wasn't a 10, if this guy wasn't a professional, actually this despair in the despair that he feels when something bad happens on stage, it would have taken over his success. But because, he's grounded, he centered himself, and he's like, okay, I did my best. Or I think that he feels like you guys put me under a lot of despair or a lot of stress. But at the end, it looked nice. I don't know, with the 10 of Pentacles, I think that there's something about at the end I was successful. I succeeded, even though I sort of struggled at first. I think that probably he knows that there's people talking about him and his outfits, or how he had an issue, some individual cams of him, some fan cams, some individual cameras, like videos of him. So I think that even though he suffered in the moment, there's also prosperity and success. So I think that probably, he is being observed or watched more, or his moments where, those videos or compilations of him having, wardrobe malfunctions, probably it sort of adds to his popularity. So I wonder if these are done on purpose. I wonder if they are done on purpose for him to sort of take off something, and sort of show like, oh, I'm so angry at my outfit, I'm going to take it off, So I don't know, because at the end I have success. So it's like probably it started, he sort of has a very unpleasant experience where he was very angry. And sort of, I think that with the Nine of Swords, there's this feeling of like, this is my worst nightmare. To have, at the moment that I'm dancing, performing, I have this problem with my wardrobe. Is is sort of my worst experience. It's like my worst fear happening right now. But at the end, he has the card of prosperity. So maybe, it sort of gave him, people are talking more about it, it gave him a bit of, exposure. So yeah, he turned into something positive. The girls, the stylists, we have the Three of Cups and the Page of Cups. So in the Page of Cups, we have the keyword of evolution. So definitely, I think that it's not just a stylist. I think they are three stylists, three stylists, because I have three. So it's the idea of free, and I see them being very also very emotional. Probably they feel a bit bad watching him going through these things. There's something about like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like, I feel so sorry. But at the same time, the Three of Cups is collaboration, and the Three of Cups is also, the keyword in here is joy. So I wonder if for them it's a bit fun for them to make him go through those things. I don't know, maybe there's one of them that doesn't like him that much, and it's like, here, for you, I did it on purpose to get back at you. But yeah, eventually they got the card of evolution. So there's this feeling of like, okay, I have to be a better person, a better stylist, a better professional. I have to be a better human being. So, I better stay stable, in my task, and I evolve and I make things better for him in the future. But yeah, I think that there could have been some intentions, like someone being like, oh, how about we do this and this, It's not just one person thinking about it. So yeah, but we have the world. So yeah, definitely there's a world of opportunities, and they can be better, like at their connection. But but yeah. I think that definitely there's a lot of teaching in this. I think that probably at the end they laughed a lot. They acted like they were sorry, like, oh no, I cannot believe this happened, and they were amused by this. It's just that I think that they didn't expect the people to notice right away and make this sort of like, these videos of a lot of times happening, So, but the good thing is that they didn't get cards that they are angry at him, because there could be, that these things cost money, there's some idols that they're so afraid of, like, like damaging their wardrobe, because then they have to give it back. So, I think that definitely shows that maybe they have a relationship of trust with Mino. So there's something about like, okay, like we are not upset at you because you I don't know, you broke something, or you throw something away, or you destroy this because it got in your way. So there's an understanding at the same time. So maybe his relationship with the stylist is very good. Like, it can be a prank at the same time, because there could be like a mix of ideas. They are very creative. Definitely the girls are very creative. But there's an emotional component in there. So I wonder if they were like, okay, like, you done this to me, I will get back at you and I will do this to you on purpose. I will make you wear this. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I have been here for 3 hours. I'm going to go. This was fun. I'm happy that I get to do this 1 hour earlier than our usual time, like at 4, because it gets very windy here, very dark all of a sudden, now that we are entering winter. Listen the track to the stylist. But hey, he got the Ten of Pentacles, so he got some winning out of this. He got something he won. Something he won. It's not like he started with despair, but then he got like prosperity. So I wonder, maybe he earned something. They bought him better clothes. I don't know, or they gave him better clothes to wear on his days off. They bought him food. I don't know, but he gained something. That's crazy. Here we're born in. Oh yeah, yeah. When you leave a season behind, we grab it. He got to show off his ties. Yeah, I agree. It done him good to the. But yeah, with the Nine of Swords, definitely, I think that it shows that it wasn't funny. Like for him, it really put him under a lot of stress. I think that maybe it's because for him it's one of his biggest like fears to have this happen while he's performing. Maybe it sort of like it puts his mind in a very sensitive kind of sensorial way where he feels that something is wrong, and I believe that maybe for a main dancer that's not the best mindset. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. See you on Saturday. Bye.